All right. Thank you, Kinko.
Thank you, Kalinko. it like he told me that there was going to be a multiplayer for Cyberpunk 2077, and I can't wait. I'm gonna get more information of it, and then we can make a video about it. Like I can't wait for that. So what is this?
Hey V, you all right?
Let's do this.
Give out what this is.
Okay. What now?
Barré.
Johnny?
Barré? On a planché.
That actually looks like ice. I love that.
I like how your vision kind of bleeds away.
Yeah.
Oops.
Where are we?
Our BBS, Data Fortress. Bridge to the deep net. Beyond, there are no borders. Beyond.
I like how they took that from the Matrix.
That laser whip, though.
Welcome to the Cyberpunk 2077 2019 Deep Dive video. In last year's gameplay reveal, we showed you our vision for the world of Cyberpunk 2077, its quests,
Stop where you are!
and visual design. This year, we'd like to give you a peek at some of the playstyles you'll be able to adopt as your character progresses through the story.
Here goes nothing.
You're about to see sequences embodying two distinct approaches to playing Cyberpunk. We'll show you a strong solo build, that is, a character who focuses on employing blunt force and taking instant action, and a netrunner build, a playstyle taking frequent advantage of stealth tactics, hacking, and battlefield control achieved using malicious software. Additionally, more about Pacifica, one of the game's districts, two gangs, the Animals and the Voodoo Boys, and you'll see glimpses of Johnny Silverhand, the digital construct who haunts our main character, V.
He's a digital
Given
construct.
that the video covers a section of the game deep into the main storyline, we have edited the footage to contain as few spoilers as possible. Be aware that the
thank you.
gameplay as presented does reveal characters and locations you'll see while playing the game's main story arc. So watch it.
I love how they tell you that.
Yeah. So if you don't
Like
want to,
movies, they don't care.
yeah. So like, if you don't want to ruin the experience, you don't have to watch it.
This way.
I'm gonna be the solo build. I know that.
Experience a segment of a quest from the middle of the game. We're currently in Pacifica. One
Yeah,
of
I'm
the
leaning
city's
towards that
6
netrunner, hacking type build.
Fica well.
Do a little bit of combat.
You guys aren't exactly great at rolling out the welcome mat for outsiders.
It was designed to be a tourist hotspot within the city. As you can see, this didn't pan out. When uncertainty struck the global economy, investors pulled their funding, leaving most establishments unfinished. It's one of those places where expectations and reality collided, resulting in a heap of disappointment. Ongoing gang wars plague this part of the city. Outsiders don't come here if they don't have to. Even by Night City's standards, it's dangerous to those unfamiliar with it.
That's crazy.
Taking a casual stroll here would not be a good idea. A fast motorbike or armor-plated car would be the safer option. But places
Got that
like
Akira
these have
bike.
their advantages. If you're in need of rare goods or illegal cyberware, Pacifica's bustling local markets are a good place to start your search. The Grand Imperial Mall is a whole other story. It was one of the last developments in Pacifica to lose its funding. Until recently, it stood vacant, but now a gang called the Animals has moved in for reasons unknown.
Something's not going right for the big guy up top.
And that's what we need to learn in order to earn the trust of the Voodoo Boys, the Animals' rivals.
What the hell?
Could fucking tell me what you plan to do first.
You take job. You do what I say. So you jack in. Now.
Of the many
God, that
gangs in
motherfucker
Cyberpunk
sounded like a monkey.
2077, the Voodoo Boys are the most skilled at using the net.
You have now synchronized Agwe, our subnet.
Why? What for?
You are my vessel now. Through Agwe, I see what you see, hear what you hear.
This mysterious gang of highly skilled netrunners has close ties to the local Haitian community.
You are V. We have been waiting.
Haitians settled in Pacifica in the 2060s after natural disasters struck their island and forced them to emigrate en masse. The Voodoo Boys gang formed around this same time, though at a smaller scale. Now the gang effectively rules Pacifica. The Voodoo Boys don't usually work with outsiders. Lucky for us, it seems they're prepared to make an exception this time.
Mr. Hand sent me. He said you got merc work needs doing.
Still, to earn their trust, we need to prove our worth. Placide, one of the Voodoo Boys' higher-ups, has offered us a mission. We need to infiltrate the Grand Imperial Mall, currently occupied by the Voodoo Boys' deadly enemy, a gang called the Animals.
20:35:07. 3 seconds before, poof, the camionette. We try to learn where the camionette come from.
The Animals are not your normal gang. Their presence in Pacifica is suspicious. They value might above all else and wear melee combat implants to raise their prowess in combat. Their beverage of choice is juice, a potent strength and speed-enhancing concoction. As sought-after bouncers, they're usually dispersed throughout town. As skilled level business types, they've cornered the market in illegal substances and underground live-or-die prize fights. When they converge in one spot, it's for something big. It's then they appoint the fastest and strongest among them as their ad hoc leader. In this case, it's a woman named Sasquatch.
Said you wanted my back.
A woman. Okay.
It's a woman. Shit.
Snoo.
You know?
This is the tech Placide was talking about. It seems non-standard for the Animals. And this is where we come in. Getting to the van won't be easy, but we're more than qualified for the job, which we can complete in one of many ways. The character creation in Cyberpunk 2077 is the kind you'd expect from a full-fledged RPG. You start by choosing your past, important because this unlocks special options at important story junctures. You also fully customize your character using a deep customization system that spans not only your look and style, but also your abilities. Cyberpunk 2077 does not feature fixed classes. Instead, it has a fluid class system that allows players to mix and match a wide range of abilities to suit their playstyles. You can create a strong solo character, a skilled netrunner, or any other hybrid class you can imagine.
Bro.
See how a solo play style in Cyberpunk 2077 might work. Solos prefer a direct approach. They use guns and might to get things done. So let's wreak some havoc. With our enhanced strength, we can strip this turret of its weapons and give the Animals a taste of their own medicine. This is how a player investing in solo abilities might live out their Terminator power fantasy.
No
Strength
recoil.
lets us force open doors.
Well, you got cybernetic arms and stuff, so recoil shouldn't be an issue.
As human shields.
But we saw recoil as an issue in the first gameplay.
Melee combat cyberware.
He
hit
him in the throat.
As strong as Sasquatch, the leader of this group of animals, is not impossible to beat for a solo.
Oh!
Sasquatch has a different.
Gave him that Thor treatment.
She's out to jack in and hack us. Let's see how this plays out.
Ready for some fun? Proceed. What's going on?
Damn, she fast.
It's our choice if we want to finish her off or spare her. You're Cyberpunk, your rules. If you'd rather sneak around, hide, and strike from the shadows, no problem. Just develop your net running skills to get around obstacles or hack into enemy tech to have it do the dirty work for you.
Ouch.
I've seen that.
Net running abilities mean hacking skills that let us use our cyber deck to breach access points. For this, we fill the buffer of our cyber deck with a string of instructions represented by these letters and numbers. Matching the instructions for basic access grants us control of devices connected to this network. The more instructions we match, the more control we gain over elements in the network. We can hack our way through in numerous ways. A quick hack may grant us control of the security camera. Another one should let us tweak the difficulty of the training bot to create a distraction.
Dog. Training bot about to beat that ass.
Ooh.
With our nanowire, we
Knocked his block off.
disguise implants
Literally.
from a distance.
That boy did that from downtown.
In this world, almost everything is connected to a local network. And that means it can be hacked.
Ours is a wolf.
Oh, they censored it. See where the sodas are coming out? See how the thing had it's like a
Brings us
track
back
on there?
to cyberspace.
The big ass dick on the advertisement.
Oh, the black
Get to
bar.
do anything in
No, it was
There's
if you go
always
back in the
someone
video, like I can take it back now, but
photos or even
well,
worse,
as a matter of fact, hold on.
net watch. And that is
We're
exactly
close to the end anyway. But
Ours is a wolf.
see the big ass dick imprint?
Oh, dog.
That's why I say I mix it up. Mix genders too.
Bruh, that is like, that's sternum penetration right there, dog.
I don't know. I think they may have like censored that because I remember back when the trailers came out, people pointed that out, and like, so they may change it when the game comes out, but I guess they can't go back and redo this.
Hey, man, leave
it
there.
in.
Leave it in. That's
Builds the world.
yeah. Oh, I can see like when they zoomed in on it, like how they glitched it. I promise you, when you play the game, it's not gonna glitch
It's
like
probably
that.
not.
unnoticed. There's always someone
It's gonna be
watching.
thick veininess staring right at you.
Could be net watch.
Talking
That
about
is exactly the case here.
I wonder if you can do that. Like, can I? Well, I mean, I would assume so. Like, can you make like a chick character and have give him a? Because I would so do that to make the video interesting and like a let's play.
I
Boys
think
are like
yeah,
fire and ice.
I'm gonna do
The
that.
first of these
Calling
wants
it
to
now.
maintain the
Why
old
not?
order
Let's go.
Protect people from AI anarchy originating
smashing other
beyond
chicks.
the black wall. The Voodoo Boys want to establish contact with the free AIs. They believe this will enable their boundless expansion on the net and grant them the upper hand over Netwatch. Netwatch sees this as the end of the world. Both are right.
Whoa, hey, easy.
How you deal with the Netwatch agent is entirely up to you. Do we side with the gang? Choosing to be on Netwatch's bad side is never wise. But can we really trust the Voodoo Boys?
You set me up!
As you can see, we have many possible options. But in each case, we take a risk.
Think I'll just stick to my plan.
That didn't work out well. In the world of Cyberpunk, few things go as planned. And that was just a glimpse of how complex the branching storyline in Cyberpunk 2077 can get. Every decision you make will have consequences. Your choices will shape how the world reacts to you and affect your relationships with those around you. One of those relationships is special. Ever heard of Johnny Silverhand? A rebel rocker boy who will be your companion throughout your adventure in Night City?
Come on, really think they give a rat's dick how you look?
Like everyone in Cyberpunk 2077, he has his own agenda. You'll decide if he'll be your ally or your enemy. And that chip in your head, the one thanks to which Johnny lives inside your mind, well, that's a story for another time.
So what you think?
I'm more excited, man. I'm as excited as that person that was on that soda can thing. that soda dispensary. That's how excited I am. I'm like this. I'm like this right now. Just
blocking your microphone, but like out of the way. I have to talk on the mic. Yeah.
Here you go.
Oh man, I can't wait myself, man. It's gonna be one of those things where like I may take off work for it. I mean, it's probably that important. Like I take off work only when it comes to like certain games that I'm like waiting years for. I may use one of my personal days and just do it.
I'm gonna quit my job and 100% that shit. That's what I'm doing. Man, that looks so dope. And like the amount of customizations, like, all right, so a few things I noticed. How the clothes will affect resistances, but also I feel like it's gonna be the way they made, was it Fallout 3? What's the most recent? Not the 76. What's the one before that?
Fallout.
Okay, Fallout 4. In Fallout 4, I've seen people they made John Cena in the game. Like they put all the strength, like all the points into strength, and they were out there. What are those giant like Godzilla creatures walking around?
Death Claws.
I seen a dude take on a Death Claw with his bare hands, like just toe to toe, wet, and killed it. It's like, I feel like that's what I want to do in this game. I want to be able to max that shit out, take a bunch of bullets, and just walk around just like throat punching people and beat the game. Just just and then just pull out a jar of nothing but people's Adam's apples inside of a jar and just like,
okay, Patrick Swayze.
I want to do that.
Roadhouse.
He did that?
At the end, yeah, he beat the last guy he fought in the movie. He ripped his throat out.
Oh, so campy. I do like how he said that you can have different customizations. So you have like the stealthy assassin build, you have the beefy boy build, and then you can do anything in between. I want to be as like purist as possible. So I know I won't be able to like jam open doors and shit because I won't have that many augments. I feel like I'm gonna be like that guy from Ghost in the Shell. You remember they had that one regular dude that wouldn't do any implants whatsoever, and everyone just kept making fun of him.
Togusa.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna be like a Togusa mix. Like I may do an eye implant like the other officer in that thing.
Bato.
But I'm gonna have Bato. Yeah, I may do like a few Bato implants for like the bullets and maybe hacking, but no, I won't go as far as to like change my arms, my legs, any of that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna try to be that regular guy in a digital world and see if I can make it. See how hard it is, and then I may do a playthrough with nothing but like I'll be a fucking robot walking through shit, and see how easy the game gets. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm just hoping it doesn't make it too hard. Like for me, I mean, it all depends on what I'm feeling like when I'm playing the game, but I already know what I like, ability wise and stuff like that. So I may pick some things and not others, but I may just decide to do, like you said, go the other way, be all cybernetic and stuff like that versus human. If they have, but then that depends if they have any kind of downside for getting a lot of the cybernetics. Like, does it have a huge debuff on your character, or are you less human so people don't like you more, or something like that? I guess it would all depend. I would assume they would have to have some type of negative in there to, just so like if you go one way or the other. So let's say like if you're all human essentially, or as close as the human as you can get, then the cyborg people may not like you because you don't have a whole lot of implants or something. But if you're the other way, then it's the other way around. Maybe you can't do a whole lot or interact with the world because of, you don't have those cybernetics. So it just all depends on how they decide to do it.
I don't know how detailed the game is going to be. Like, I see that the choices that you make during the missions probably matter in that way, but I don't think that the personal views that you do to yourself would matter that much to when you're interacting with people. I forgot what game it was, but there was a game that did the exact same thing that we're talking about. Is that every time you altered yourself, that made the NPCs treat you different. So depending on who you were, like if you killed this group of people, they saw you as an enemy. But if you saved this group of people, they saw you as a hero. If you went through and you hurt this one person, they saw you as like a crazy lunatic, and then the more choices that you made after that, well, do you choose to save these people? Do you not? And you start getting these karma points. So when your karma points go down, people start seeing you as the villain. What was that?
A lot of RPGs do that. Like they had that in not so much in a little bit in Bethesda's Fallout games, but I know Fallout New Vegas had something similar where like if you helped one group of people, you were good towards them, but then the other group didn't like you. So it all depends on how you treated them and stuff like that. I know in the older Fallout games,
what I'm thinking about.
Like Fallout 1 and 2, that could actually not necessarily break your game, but let's say like if you befriended slavers, they marked your characters so that from that point on, unless you reloaded your game before you did it, certain groups just wouldn't even talk to you because they was like, hey, look, we don't like slavery, so we're not going to deal with you. Whereas in the newer Fallout games, they kind of let you do anything regardless. The group may not like you if you kill a bunch of them, but that's about it. You can still always go back and do their missions and shit. So I didn't like that per se, but yeah, I mean, it all depends on how deep they want to get with, the game. Because they could do something similar. This game is going to have factions and all of that stuff. So it all depends on, looks like they're taking a page out of Mass Effect's book with the whole like picking your backstory and all of that kind of sort of stuff. Because I know Mass Effect had something similar back on Mass Effect 1 that changed certain things in the following games and stuff because of it. So maybe this is probably going to be similar.
I want a game that has so many different choices. Like I'm gonna say this. If the download for this game isn't like damn near 100 gigs, I'm gonna be disappointed.
I don't see why not. I mean, the download for we know it's not gonna be bigger than Call of Duty. That like rapes your hard drive every time they patch it. It's like you got to download like 80 gigs for that.
How big was the game for Assassin's Creed Origins?
I don't remember.
Because that was a big game. I want to say it was like 60 or 70. I want this to be bigger than that because Assassin's Creed Origins is linear. It doesn't have a lot of pathing and shit like that. This one has a lot of pathing and a lot of customization. I need to have to uninstall other games that I don't play in order to put this one in there. Then I'll know that there's enough content to make those decisions.
Okay, so you wanted to be like Call of Duty or like when you got to update an MMO game on your PlayStation.
No, like I want to like, to me, my train of thought is that much detail and the ability to choose your story that leads to other stories and other outcomes has to be a large file. Because if not, you're really working with some linear shit. Like, I don't want it to be a Telltale game.
Yeah, I get you.
You know how Telltale games, when you make choices there, they really don't fucking matter. It always comes to the last outcome anyway. Like, this is the exact same thing. And then whatever the majority picked for the previous game, their next episode is gonna change it depending on what happened there. I don't want that. I want all those changes to matter while I'm playing it, as I'm playing it. And I want to be able to go back and replay the game and feel like I'm playing something completely different because I can do something different. The only other game that I felt made me feel that way was Crackdown. The first time I played Crackdown, it was mind-blowing because when you first start, you're a regular person, and then you collect orbs and you start getting these upgrades. And holy crap, when I had fought the first boss, it was so difficult. So because you can approach it anyway. Like you got to go kill this boss and its minions. You can come in from the ceiling, like from the roof. You can come in. You can drive a car through the place. You can come in and sneak around. It was that dope. And then what I started doing is when I had beat the first 2 bosses, I had enough orbs to start collecting more. And the more you collect, the higher you can jump, the faster you can run, the stronger you get. I spent I want to say a good 6 or 7 hours just collecting orbs. I ignored everybody, and all I was doing was collecting orbs. I just wanted to see how strong I could get. And at that point, everything changed. There was this one boss inside of a apartment complex. So it was 4 apartment complexes, and they had bad guys stacked on each one of them. I want to say he was the second to the last. I think I remember
what part you're talking about.
And
that was the one part where they was like, look, go in here when you're ready because this gang locked that area down. So make sure you're prepared when you go to hit them. I remember that part.
Bruh, I skipped everybody and went straight to him. I was so strong. On a separate building, this is what I did. I took a car and I threw the car on the roof of one building, jumped up there, threw the same car on another roof, jumped on there. I kept doing that until I was high enough to look down at the apartment complex. I saw where the boss was. I threw the car, jumped off with the car, shot the tank on the car. It blew up and then hit the boss in midair and took him down to half health. I was like, I'm a fucking beast. That's how I want to be in this game. I want to do so much little shit, right? I want to do so much little shit to keep building up my augments and money to get more augments. So that way I can just walk around and just fucking fist everybody that comes across me. Just fist right through the chest. Just boom, boom, boom. And I just go through the whole game like that. Yeah, pretty much. I don't even open doors. I walk through doors. You know what I mean? I'd be like Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris doesn't open doors. He walks through doors. That's what I want to do. And then Saitama, everybody that I see.
Well, I don't know if you're going to be able to do that. I mean, it seems like, just judging from the trailers, a lot of the decisions and stuff are going to be okay, if you make this decision, somebody later in the mission or later on in the game may not help you or deal with you because of that. So it gives playability. It reminds me a lot of and I don't know if you played it, but have you ever played any Deus Ex game?
The last one, I didn't really like it that much though.
Because that game was similar in you can take a situation by a few different ways, depending on how you level up your character. So I think it's going to be more along that aspect with it. I'm hoping they get more detailed with it. But that's how I think it's going to be. It's you got the choices in combat and stuff or in the dialogues, but those decisions will change how people look at you or something later that if you didn't choose that particular option, maybe, they'll give you a help you out or do something different later on because of your decision. I don't know if it's going to affect your character that deeply to where you can do it throughout the whole game and it's going to have all these repercussions and stuff like that, but I mean, it all depends on how deep they decide to get with it.
Okay.
I mean, I'm hoping that, that they make it cool. A swimming pool deep, type thing, but I don't want to get my hopes up because that's probably asking too much. But then again, if this game, because I think they said it's coming out on current gen consoles and PC. They didn't mention next gen, so.
Oh, I know, dog. I literally want them to just say, "Fuck this gen." It's only gonna come out on next gen. But I know they got their contracts, so they have to do it. But it's like, dude, you're missing so many good opportunities for like that rich development. I'll talk about it on the next one. I got a theory. I got a theory about that.
All right. Did you want to check? Excuse me. Did you want to check out the questions and answer panel with the deep dive, or?
So would that be the same video that we just watched?
No, that's just only Q&A about that video, essentially, to where people ask them questions and answers and stuff about what they saw.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, on the next one. All right, then let me pause that and save that for future use. But all right, YouTube. I hope you guys have been enjoying our little reaction videos here. Are you laughing at that girl's face? All in between the frames. But if you guys want us to react or talk about anything specific, any other games or any other media that's out there, let us know down in the comments below.
She look like she's with her friend and they got her friend's name at Starbucks. Ooh, I know you did not just call her.
Like she about to get that neck turn.
She about to. Oh no, you didn't, honey. Ooh, she about to get your shit.
Oh man,
it's like somebody said, Kareen. Is there a Kareen here? It's Karen, bitch. I'm done. Y'all be safe out there.
Later, fellas.